if we move forward from the academic side of things, I think, one of the major problems, which I personally feel when we talk to a lot of students as well, and, families, is the fact that the living experiences that they tend to get if they move to the US or the UK from Saudi, what kind of cultural shock or what kind of cultural, experiences or problems they might face. Or,
Yeah, that's a very good question. And of course, it's a concern with parents. They want to ensure the safety of their son or daughter. But schools put a lot of emphasis into the security of, students in general. But relatively speaking, in the both the US and the UK, if you look at the statistics on safety,
mm,
it's actually a very safe environment.
mm,
But it helps to do research,
mm,
and you highlighted that because different campuses have different cultures, and this is where it's important that you choose the right school. So, does your campus offer a lot of extracurricular activities, or is it more academic focused? Knowing the type of culture before you go is a
so
huge.
how can someone that's in Saudi, right,
Mhm.
able to understand that without going there, so they can actually select the right university or environment for them?
Yeah, that's a good question. So, usually, what we do with a student is to begin with a career assessment test, and that helps to identify their interest, identify if they're extroverted or introverted, how they like to learn, and based upon that, you can begin to sort of map out what schools or locations
Mm,
would be suitable for them.
mm,
Is living on campus important?
mm,
Is it a requirement?
mm.
These are things that you might not think of that are very important to ensuring the success of completion
Now
in
I'll
college
come back.
study.
I'll come back to the question that you're in Saudi,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll give you my example. Like when
Okay.
I was going to go to university, one of the major things that I was thinking of
Mm-hmm.
was the fact that, okay, how am I going to live there? What kind of friends are going to make? Are there people from different countries over there or not? Do I have to work? How am I supposed to find a job? Is the university going to help me with that? Is it not going to help me with that? This was like back in the day when
Mm-hmm.
you didn't have the internet as we have right
Right.
now, so you had to really,
I remember those days.
yeah, the good old days. And those were the sort of things that we were looking at. But now this generation, they have those kind of opportunities, but still it's a major concern for parents and for the students as well, because this age they're not really thinking on that scope, but that are
Right.
things that hit them when they land on the ground, and those are the ground realities. So how do you find accommodation? How do you move about? And staying here and not physically being able to visit these universities, but selecting them based on research. Is there a better way of doing it that you can get a lot more accurate information so you can make a more sound decision as a student?
Sure. So going, specifically to that question, I would say the best way to really get a feel if you've narrowed it down would be to visit the school.
Mm,
There is, nothing like actually going to the campus and experiencing what it's like.
mm,
That would be my first suggestion for
all right.
anyone if possible.
Mm,
If not, you also have the opportunity to connect with admissions officers
mm.
and have a conversation with them, through a meeting online. But, there's nothing like a school visit.
Right.
So having the feel, the smell, the atmosphere,
Mm.
it really helps cement your, decision of
Right.
whether or not you want to attend that school.